In today's vlog, I want to try out a new recipe, arrange some fall florals, get a jump start on making something I'll need for Christmas morning, share some new house updates, and create beauty in our life with what we have left of these beautiful fall days. This video is sponsored by Cricut. The zinnias and cosmos in our small little garden here in town are definitely starting to dwindle down. I picked tons of greenery because the lady who lived here before us for many, many years planted so many wonderful things all throughout the property. And there are green things, I don't even know all the bushes and plants and vines that we have, but they are wonderful to fill out sparse arrangements. Now I did pick up some sunflowers from the store because we didn't grow those, but outside we have the zinnias, the cosmos, we have little foxtails coming up and weeds and leaves, and all together I think they look lovely for this season. Christmas is quickly approaching, which can you even believe that? And there are so many little things to do in the months of November and December. I want to try to get ahead where I can. We have a tradition in our family of putting hot cocoa bombs in stocking and sipping hot cocoa in personalized mugs while playing with the rest of our stocking stuffers. Our youngest two children don't yet have their own mugs, so I'm going to work on those to get that off of my Christmas to-do list. I want to say thank you to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. Cricut makes it so easy to bring personal projects to life. You can customize things exactly how you want them, and Cricut's very beginner friendly, especially with tools like the Cricut Heat Guide that walk you through each step for perfect results. To make this project, start by creating a design in Cricut Design Space using the mug template so that you make sure to have the proper placement on the mug and you can see what the design will look like when it's all finished, and select mirror image because this will be ink that is transferring onto the mug. Next, cut out the design on infusible ink transfer sheets. We have had the Cricut Maker 3 for many years and I've used it to do a lot of projects. For the Christmas theme, I chose the red and black buffalo check Cricut infusible ink transfer sheets. There's also a black one that comes in the package that I got. So we used black for the name and the buffalo check for the icon. I will leave everything linked down below that I used to make this project. Of course, this would also make great gifts for anyone on your list. For those people on your list, you don't know what to get them, a personalized mug is always a great option. Of course, you could put their name, you could put something funny, maybe an inside joke. The sky's the limit when it comes to personalization and a project that you do in your own home. I love using the Cricut mug press and the infusible ink transfer sheets because it feels like a real mug afterwards. It doesn't feel like something you have to be careful with when you go to wash it. It's very much on there for good, which means it's durable and will last for many years to come. I know my kids will be delighted when we get these out on Christmas morning. Now we actually do have the mugs kind of in regular rotation right now. So all of my kids like using their personalized Christmas mugs throughout the year, and now Victor has his own too. Of course, Miriam does as well, but she's too little to truly appreciate it. Again, I will leave linked below everything I used to make this project, and if you have people on your list you don't know what to get them, consider something like this for a great personalized gift. Again, thank you so much Cricut for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Am I the only one who keeps all of my beeswax candles? Because there's always a little bit of wax either on the sides if the candle tunneled down, I believe that's what you call it, when it makes a hole in the middle of the candle where the wick is, or sometimes the wick will get buried if you've been burning it all day long and there's a big pool of wax. The wick will get buried, the candle's no longer usable, or just for whatever reason, there's some wax left in a beeswax candle, which almost always happens. I always save them with the intention that I will put them all in the oven, melt them, and re-pour them in an amber jar. Because even if it's not very beautiful, because there's bits of wick and burnt matches maybe in it, they're inside of an amber jar. You can't see it, and still wonderful beeswax. So I also purchased some beeswax. Between what's left of a lot of the candles and what I purchased, we can fill a whole bunch of amber bottles. I keep wicks and amber bottles and any remaining beeswax in a little Tupperware dish up in a cabinet so that I can do projects like this, because I love burning candles and I just hate wasting all of that beeswax. Today I am making a new recipe that is over on the Farmhouse on Boone blog. It is a pumpkin cheesecake with a ginger snap crust, and it is just so good. This is a real winner in our family for the fall season. Everybody loves it, of course. And then also it'd be great to bring to any holiday function you have. So a Thanksgiving party, a Christmas gathering. 'Tis the season for pumpkin, and this one is easy and delicious. First, I mixed some crushed ginger snap cookies with butter, press it into a cheesecake pan, and put it in the fridge while working on the filling, so that way it all sticks together very nicely. Again, this recipe is over on farmhouseonboone.com for all the specific measurements. I like to put steam in the oven when making a cheesecake so that it doesn't crack very much. Now, it still might crack a little bit, but we're going to cover the top with whipped cream, so that's totally going to be okay. When I'm adding steam to an oven, whether it's for sourdough baguettes, an open bake with sourdough, which I tend to do fairly regularly, I use a preheated cast iron skillet with boiling water in it. And sometimes if I really need a lot of steam, like if I really want those crusty baguettes, I will add boiling water to my cast iron skillet throughout the bake time. Works wonderfully. Usually I use pencils to keep the wicks in place so they stay centered. Today I kind of skipped that. I had the pencils ready, thought I was going to do it, but I ended up just kind of pushing the wicks to the center-ish. Worked well enough. I was trying to keep this fast and straightforward because it's a job I've been putting off, but now that it's getting dark early, I love having candles around, and I wanted a bunch of them. And so I had all the means for them just lying around. A drawer full of half-used candles that I could no longer light the wick for whatever reason. A bunch of amber jars from a previous candle making project. Who knows how many years ago. It's just been sitting in that Tupperware with the wicks already glued to the bottom. This time I skipped hot glue on anything I was using a new wick for. I used a little bit of wax, kind of pressed it against the bottom with the wax. A lot of times it will come undone during the candle making process, but you can kind of prop up the wick towards the middle-ish, maybe not perfect, but I was just looking for done on this job, and it is done. And I have so many candles to be burning on these short days when I need a cozy glow. I'm going to top my pumpkin cheesecake with a little bit of whipped cream, some more crushed ginger snap cookies. All of my children will be delighted with this, and we're gonna make a fun little fall tablescape to enjoy it.
Put me into whipped cream container.
It's been a while since I've done a good house update here on this channel. Now, I do share over on Instagram quite a bit, but I know a lot of you are off social media and just watch YouTube videos when you can. So I want to give an update here, and I do also share some updates on my podcast, but of course, not visual ones. I'm just talking through it all. So as many of you know, if you follow along, we opted to do wood clapboard siding. This is cedar lap siding with a 4-inch exposure. So it's overlapped over furring strips. And it was recommended to us that we should paint the back and the front. So all of this had to be primed behind it as well. So you don't see it, but it should last a really long time. And now Luke is working on doing some second and third coats with linseed oil paint, and we are really making some progress. Luke also had to prime the back and front of this crown molding. See those gable end returns? I'm just so excited about those. These are things that Brent Hall, like little details that he talks about on his videos that really make this house look old. But that also means that we had to paint all of it on the back and the front. And Luke has been there day after day, late into the night. Now, these are old barn timbers that are behind this weathered fieldstone stone. So stone is starting to go on what we are calling the car barn. It's the garage, but it's supposed to look like a barn. It has bigger pieces on the corners to look like coining. And we found actual old barn timbers. There's a place locally that has a whole barn full of old barnwood, which we have used over and over and over again throughout this whole project. Just all the little details are making this place come together. It's making it take forever, but come together. You see our beadboard there on the ceiling. That is from Windsor One. It is real tongue and groove beadboard. So it looks just like the beadboard from our old house that was actually old, which I'm just delighted by. Another thing that's been quite the project is creating this faux porch around the back. It's supposed to look like an addition on the house that will have pilasters that look like posts. Same with the sun porch here on the west side. It wraps around from the front porch. It has this, I guess you could call it maybe like a skirt. I'm sure there's a better word for it, where the siding meets the bottom. Instead of the siding just going straight down, there's that piece of wood that then wraps all the way around the house. The 3 porches kind of tie together. There's also corner boards on the side of the house where the siding meets it. It's just these little things, again, that come together and make this house look authentically old, in my opinion. Now, we have a long way to go. We're not even inside yet. We're still just trying to figure out all this outside stuff and get it all painted and done and buttoned up for the wintertime. It's all this extra work for this new old house, but I know we are going to love it in the end. So more updates coming soon.